Hello, my name is Michelle, and this is Full Bottle Worthy. Today I'm going to be talking about how you can get free samples of fragrance. If that sounds good, please stay tuned. I wanted to put this guide together because I have spent so much money on samples, and you probably have too. Or you might be new to fragrance, new to collecting fragrance, and you find yourself spending a lot of money on samples. So I have put together a list of places you can get samples for free. Now, I have personally done this myself. I have examples to show you. So I have had a relationship with all of these companies. I'm not just making this up or looking at their website to see what you get when you purchase a fragrance. If this sounds good to you, please remember to subscribe to my channel and to give this video a big thumbs up so it can help my channel to continue to grow and reach more people like you. First, I'm going to start with department stores. In the US, we have ones like Neiman Marcus, Macy's, Nordstrom's, Saks. In other countries, there's ones like Bon Marché or Galeries Lafayette, Harrods, or Suffrages. And I'm sure there's many, many more that I am not familiar with. But here in the States, the two department stores that I have found that will give you free samples without a purchase are Nordstrom's and Neiman Marcus. Now, Nordstrom's, you can just simply ask. As you're talking to the salesperson, they, at least at my local Nordstrom's, they have the little sample containers out. So they don't hide that they will make a sample for you. And you just simply ask the salesperson to make a sample for you. They will then get a card and put in it what it is, and you go home with a sample. Sometimes when I go to Nordstrom's, I'll go home with 2 to 3, maybe 4 samples, completely free without obligation to buy. So that is a great option. And then there's Neiman Marcus. Neiman Marcus, you can actually get branded samples at Neiman Marcus. So I actually got these 2 memo samples from Neiman Marcus, but I've also gotten other branded samples there as well, and they do not have them out. So my experience with Neiman Marcus, at least my local Neiman Marcus, is I'll be talking to the sales associate and then they'll just offer it. So I'm not sure if you ask outright if they will give it to you, or if they give it to you after you sort of build a rapport and they can see that you're interested in fragrance. You don't tend to get a choice over the fragrance that they give you, at least in my experience. They just hand it to you. But sometimes you do. It really just depends on the sales associate and the specific counter. But I have walked away from Neiman Marcus before with 4 free samples that I did not even ask for, which was absolutely awesome. I'd love to hear in the comments below, if you live in another country, what department stores do this for free? Please leave it in the comments so when I travel, I can go to these department stores, but also for other people so they can find out where to go to get free samples. Now I'm going to talk about fragrance samples that you get with purchase, and I've broken it up into categories. And first, it's going to be by brand. So if you purchase off the Zirjoff site and you spend €100, you can select 4 branded samples, and this little box is missing one, but you see what it looks like here. You can select 4 branded samples when you purchase €100, which is absolutely awesome because this is worth €25. So that is a really good deal. Now in the States, you do have to pay for the shipping, so keep that in mind. I don't think they kick in free shipping until €350 or €450. But still, that is an awesome option that they offer. Next, we have Dior. So when I purchased a bottle directly from Dior, when I was checking out, I was able to pick 2 samples, and one was a more premium sample I had selected Peony, which is from their private collection, and it's a 7.5 ml splash bottle. And then I also selected Sakura, which is a 2 ml spray. So I was able to get these two samples with a purchase from the Dior site. Next, we have Flores. When I purchased a bottle from their site, they had a pre-selected group of fragrances that you could choose from, and I was able to choose 2 free samples, both being things that I was interested in, and they were 2 ml each. Next, we have M. Micallef. When I've purchased from M. Micallef in the past, during checkout, it allows me to choose 2 free samples. This is a free sample here, branded free samples, and they offer pretty much everything in their current line. Things that are on clearance, they're probably not going to have as an option for a free sample, but for the most part, they have everything in their catalog that's currently in production. Now I'm going to discuss fragrance stores. I'm going to start with one of my favorites, Palace Vendôme out of Belgium. They are a little different. You do need to order with them via email. They will send you an invoice and then you do pay online, but they don't have a storefront on their website. I will leave Steven's email address below so you can order directly from them. I would suggest asking for a line sheet, and they are different depending on the country. So he might ask you what country you're in. And they carry brands like Amouage, Guerlain, Chanel, Hermes, Cartier. So I've ordered from them twice, and both times they've been incredibly generous with what they have sent me. Both times I've made requests for specific samples, which I have one here. It is hand done because they don't have the branded samples. And the reason I've done that is because I can't get the samples anywhere else. So I just figure it's worth an ask. So they do that when you make a purchase, but they also send so many free samples with your purchase. The last time I purchased with them, I purchased a 50 ml of Angelique Noir, and I want to show you all of the things they sent along with my bottle that I purchased. They sent me 6 Guerlain samples. Now, some of these I did request because it is incredibly hard to get your hands on the Arts and Materials line. So some of these I requested, but they sent more than I had requested. So I got 6 Guerlain samples. I received 2 Hermes samples. I received a 10 ml of Spiritus Double Vanille. As mentioned before, I received this hand-poured sample of Tonka Imperial. And then on top of that, they sent a room spray. It's a Guerlain room spray and a box of soaps. So I actually have already used one of the soaps, but this is the other soap in the box. It's a vanilla. The other one was an iris. So now I'm going to talk about stores where you can choose the samples that you receive. And first up, we have Sephora. So when you're checking out at Sephora, even if you're not purchasing fragrance, often you get a choice to pick 2 free samples. I often choose perfume. So these are 2 perfumes I've received from Sephora. You also, if you accrue some points with their point system, you can use your points to buy mini splashes. So I bought this in the past. This is a mini, probably 5 ml of light blue by Dolce & Gabbana. Next, we have Spray. They are in Italy. And when I ordered from them, I ordered 1 bottle of fragrance, and I was able to choose 5 samples. So these are hand done samples. I'll show you what they look like inside. So they hand write what it is and they actually hand make the sample. And so I chose, they don't have the entire selection on their samples, but they have probably 60 to 70% of what they carry in the store available for samples. So again, I bought one bottle and I got 5 samples for free. Next, we have Lucky Scent. They are in the US, but they ship to so many countries. And if you have been in the fragrance game just a little bit of time, I'm sure you've already heard of them. They really have the most expansive collection that I have ever seen under one retailer. Now, the thing with their samples is they are 0.7 ml. So it's not even 1 ml, and it is a blotter. So people complain about that. But my thought is if I can get a sample that I can't get anywhere else for free, it doesn't matter what the presentation is. And typically when I order a bottle, it allows me to pick 4, maybe 3 samples, depending on how much money you spend. I think I've even been able to choose up to 5 samples before. It really depends on the amount of money you spend, but you just leave it in the notes and they will send you the samples. And I've done this so many times and they've never gotten it wrong. They've never been out of stock. Just be very clear in the notes what you want. So say the name of the perfume and the brand, and then a comma, and then on. So don't be sloppy about it or else they might get confused. Next, we have ZGO Perfumery, and they are out of the US. And when you purchase a bottle from them, they allow you to choose 3 samples. And these are of your choice. And again, it's almost the entire catalog. Now these are hand done and I find that they evaporate rather quickly. They are 1 ml, but they tend to evaporate rather quickly. So keep that in mind. But an awesome option. Again, they have a great collection and it's really nice to have them in a spray. Next, we have FR Moda, and they are out of Europe. Now, I have ordered from them in the past. I think when I placed my order with them, I ordered either 3 or 4 bottles of perfume, and I was able to choose 5 carded samples. These are 2 of them. The sample selection is smaller than what they offer. I would say it's about 30% of what they offer. So it is pared down, but it's free and it's branded. So it's pretty cool. So now I'm going to talk about retailers that send you free samples when you purchase from them that you do not get to choose, which might not be of your liking. But the thing is I have found there have been times that I've been sent free samples that I did not choose. And it brings me to something that I wouldn't have chose myself. And I have bought so many fragrances off of samples that I got for free and I did not choose. So there is a beauty in it. Don't be dissuaded by the fact you cannot choose. First, I'm going to talk about Kais. This is an American indie brand. They do carry them at Lucky Scent, but I still consider it an indie brand because this is hand poured, handmade. It's a 1-woman production as far as I know. She has, I think she doesn't ship for 14 days when you order because she hand pours it when you order. So when I ordered a bottle from her directly, she sent me a 1 ml and a 2 ml for free that I did not choose. So that's pretty cool. Next, we have Jovoy Paris. Now, I love Jovoy Paris. Please note, this is not made in any connection with them. This is my true opinion. I'm not being paid for this. I love Jovoy Paris. So they always send a bunch of samples when I order with them. Typically, I would say I get about 5. Sometimes they're branded and sometimes they're hand poured. But every time I order, they always include at least 5 or 6 free samples in each order. Next, we have Indigo Perfumery. They are in the US. And when I order from them, they always send a few free samples along with my order. Again, I don't get to choose them, but they are in a sprayer and you get about 1 to 2 mil in them. So that is a nice benefit. And lastly, we have Bloom Perfumery out of England, and I have ordered a bottle from them in the past. And when I ordered that bottle, they sent these 3 branded samples along with it. So that was pretty awesome. And these are some very, very nice samples. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you got some value out of my content. If you did, please remember to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to continue to see more content like this. I'd love to see in the comments maybe some of the places that I miss that you shop at regularly and you receive free samples from. Let's share the knowledge. Thank you for joining me today, and until next time, goodbye.